Hello, and welcome back to the Code, a safe, warm place. This is Tawansa, and I have another one today. It's a lot going on. It's actually May 30th, and we're closer to the full moon, and I can feel the energy of, my enemies, of course. And they are very, 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 all the chosen seed out there I'm talking to, of course. Our enemies are very, 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 what's the word I'm looking for? They're confused and they're also running out of options. Okay. What I want you to understand is when you're dealing with high rank witches and warlocks, a real high ranked witch and warlock, when they do what they do, it's all psychological. Okay, it's all in the mind. So when they're doing their rituals, their wicked deeds, when they're doing, their spells, their magic, or whatever you want to call it, the main objective for them is to psychologically mess with your mind. That's what the high rank witches and warlocks do. Now, when it does not work and they can no longer tap into your mind, they get distressed. They don't know what to do. Then they do what they take it a step down because they see, we can't mess with him or her psychologically, and the tactics ain't working no more. So now they got to get the flying monkeys and somebody to actually work for them in the physical. Okay? That's the difference between a high-ranked witch and warlock and somebody who's just a beginner. A high-rank witch and warlock, they do everything psychological in your mind, alter and change, work with your mind. Therefore, they never have to touch you. They don't have to come in contact with you, nothing. They do what they do and it alters your mind. But once they see they can no longer alter your mind and mess with your mind, they become desperate and now they try to send someone to actually harm you in the physical. The person that they sent in the physical is a flying monkey. The person who they send to you in the physical is an informant, okay? They are a flying monkey and an informant, and they probably don't know what they're doing. They're just listening to what the high rank witch and warlock told them to do without knowing the consequences. The high rank witch and warlock also sent someone to do something in the physical because they know they ain't gonna do it in the physical. They're not gonna actually come up to you and step on your big toe. Or, they ain't gonna actually come up to you and step on your feet and stomp your foot. They will send somebody else to come to you and stomp your foot. High rank witch or warlock is not going to walk past you, look at you in your eyes and say, what they really want to say. They ain't gonna get it off their chest. They will send somebody else to come up to you, say something ignorant, and they basically are pulling strings on the flying monkey to do their deed, okay? So that's why sometimes if you, chosen like me, if you are very smart, very intelligent and aware, that's why sometimes when you go out, you might see a random person and they might bring up something that they don't know nothing about, but they're talking through a highway witch or warlock, okay? I've witnessed this and I've come to the conclusion that this is what's going on, okay? Sometimes the people that's close to you, they're doing their thing or whatnot, and they don't know it or not, but they start talking to you, and what they're saying, they might not know what they're saying, but in your mind, it clicks with what you got going on in a different situation. And when somebody else says it to you, it's like they just said something that I'm going through now, but this is a whole nother person who I haven't even talked to this situation about. It could be anything. You just an example. I'm trying to think of something I could say to give a good example. Okay, here's an example. You could have really wanted a red pair of Yeezys. I'm just giving an example, okay? You could have wanted these red pair of Yeezys. You've been talking to a bunch of people about these red Yeezys that you wanted and that you was trying to obtain. And then it don't go your way. You didn't get the red Yeezys that you wanted or whatever. So here comes somebody that you ain't even talked to about the red Yeezys, okay? You got a random person coming up to you that you ain't even talked to about these red Yeezys. And then that random person, it could be anybody in your family, it could be a friend, it could be a random person you just met at the gas station. That person comes up to you and start talking about red Yeezys. And it clicks. It's like, dang, I don't know this person. I just met them at the gas station. They bringing their red Yeezys. I've been trying and pursuing and wanting and da-da-da-da. And then here we go with this random person speaking on red Yeezys, okay? That's a sign. You need to pay attention to that. That is a sign. That random person that you met at the gas station or your family member or your friend is an informant to the higher power, to the person who brought up to you about the red Yeezys. They are an informant or a flying monkey for the high rank witch or warlock, whether they know it or not. Okay? Whether they know it or not. I hope you following me, and I hope you understand what I'm saying, and I hope what I'm saying wakes you up and start to realize things is not a coincidence. You could have been talking about, it could be something that you ain't told nobody about. It could be something you ain't told nobody about that you just was doing a Walmart order. And then a random person talk about a Walmart order or something like that, follow me, let it click. Start paying attention to what I'm saying, because what I'm telling you is the truth, okay? So, yeah, I wanted to share that with you all and how informants and flying monkeys work. Sometimes the flying monkey don't know. Now, how do you get all these informants and flying monkeys that don't even know they're informants and flying monkeys? You get informants and flying monkeys of people who don't even know that they're an informant or a flying monkey. That's because whoever they are connected to put a bind on them, kept them closed, put strings on them and made them their puppet. And now they out here doing stuff for that person who binded them. Okay? I'm not trying to, or I don't want to give out or say, make, any subliminal things like that. But I'm going to keep it real with you. Parents do it to their kids. Why? I don't know. You should not have to bind your kid to you. I done seen white people and black people do this. They bind their kids to them. And then their child is like a slave to them. Now everything they do is basically the parent directing them, pulling the strings on their child. Okay? And now that child is an informant to the parent. I don't know why people do that, but I'm not one of them. I don't have to bind my daughter to me in order for her to have a good relationship with me, or in order for her to respect me, or in order for her to tell me anything, do da-da-da, da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? Some people do that. They will bind anybody. They bind them to them. And then now when they do that, they're basically putting strings on them and making that person a puppet. And that person don't even know it. And then they talk to that person every day. They call that person. They tell that person everything. And that person now is just basically an upper step to the informant. Now they use the informant. Oh, this is what the person who binded the informant would do, whether it's a parent to their child. The parent will call the child, hey, what you doing? Did you talk to woo-woo? What did they say? What did they do? The whole time when the parent asks that child, did you talk to whoever, the parent is using the child as a middleman to gain information with whoever they was talking, whoever the child was talking to. Okay? That's how it worked. And it's sad because, like I said, why do a parent have to bind their child, especially a woman or even a man? If you are a mother, you should not have to bind your child to you because, for one, your child should instantly already be bonded and binded to you because they split 9 months in your stomach anyway. That's why I don't see the need for those rituals when parents do that. Parents bind their kids to them and try to keep their kids close to them. But why do you have to do that? Your child was already in your womb for 9 months. That child should already have that bond or that bind to you, right? Same thing with a man. Why do you have to bind your kids to you when they came out of your nutsack, quote unquote? That's what y'all be saying. You came out of my nutsack. Okay, right. That came out of your nutsack. So why do you have to bind that child to you if you should already have that bond or bind, right? That's the weird and crazy thing. That's why I say I don't have to bind my child to me because my child was already bound and bind to me when she was in my stomach for 9 months. Okay? So I wanted to kind of keep that short. The message, it went where it went, and hopefully I got that message out there. I'm going to share a prayer from my book, Savage Prayers, that you can find on Amazon for $8.88 at this very time. Savage Prayers by Tawansa Simmons, okay? I'm going to flip through my book now, and I'm going to channel a prayer that I want to share with you all, and then I'm going to channel a prayer, or excuse me, not a prayer, I'm going to channel a message from the 48 Laws of Power, okay? So first, let me go ahead and channel my prayer that I said I would from my book, Savage Prayers. I'm just going to randomly open one. All right. And what I came to is, I like both of these, actually. I turned to the prayer to clear the path from wicked enemies. And right next to that one, it is a prayer against evildoers who have put you on an altar. Okay? So I'm going to read prayers against the evildoers who have put you on an altar first. And then I'm going to go over to the prayer to clear the path from wicked enemies. After that, I'm going to channel a message from the 48 Laws of Power. And we're going to be good, okay? So prayer against evildoers who have put you on an altar. All right, let me get comfortable. I'm trying to figure out how I can get comfortable here. Let me take a drink, y'all. Okay. To the Most High God, my spiritual team and ancestors, I declare and decree all curses, hexes, etc. aimed to destroy myself are now destroyed and are returned to sender times infinity for respect at this very moment and forevermore. No one has the power to curse my life but the Most High God. Thank you. Love me, Most High God, and protect me. To any evildoer who has made an altar or contributed to making an altar with my name and or personal belongings, or doing any low vibrational rituals with my name and or anything that belongs to me, was in fact doing that evil deed on themselves or their loved ones. There is no curse in the world that can keep them from receiving their wicked deeds. All evildoers dwelling in that activity will become victims of their own wrongdoing. Return to sender all evil low vibrational deeds on my name, Most High God. have your way. I'm now calling and casting the highest form of righteous spiritual judgment on all low-life heads who added myself, my lineage, or my ancestors to any low vibrational altar at this moment. I am now casting spiritual judgment on any and all evildoers who Most High God, I am now casting spiritual judgment on any and all evildoers who Most High God and spiritual team. Return to sender, Most High God, my spiritual team and ancestors. I need you. I'm alone on this battlefield and it's hard, so I need you. I'm calling out to you, universe. Move something at this very moment. You're all I got, Most High God. So please work within me and move around me at all times. Show all low-life evildoers who are truly favored. Show all low-life evildoers who aren't truly favored and who will win at the end of the day. Thank you, Most High God. Thank you. Allow no one wicked evildoer to work and win against me. Return to sender all low vibrational energy and allow me complete my mission in life, Most High God. Stand up for me and show out at this very moment. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So mote it be. There was a kind of a couple of hiccups in that prayer, but hey, it still was a good prayer. And yes, I'm going to move along to the next one. Prayer to clear the path from wicked enemies. To the Most High God, my spiritual team and ancestors, I come to you with peace and gratitude, asking you humbly and respectfully to eliminate all enemies, known and unknown. Allow none of their low vibrational deeds to work on me. Return to sender all evildoers' low vibrational energy as you see fit, Most High God, my spiritual team and ancestors. I declare and decree all evildoers are now victims of their own wrongdoings with the utmost respect, Most High God. Set me free from all blockages and delays being sent from any low-life evildoer. Return to sender all evil deeds done on my name. I'm now casting the highest form of righteous spiritual judgment on all low-life evildoers who come against me. All who come against me will fall and fail. One come, one fall. A million come, a million fall. And so on and so forth. I ask the Most High God that you start eliminating my enemies one by one every day, Most High God. Thank you. Help me. The Most High God, my spiritual team and ancestors, help me. Please guide me as I walk this wicked world and never leave my side, Most High God, my spiritual team and ancestors. Thank you in advance. Return to sender all low vibrational energy being sent from any and all evildoers. They will become victims of their own wrongdoings. Thank you, Most High God. As it was said, it was done. So mote it be. So that was two of my prayers that you can find in my book, Savage Prayers by Tawansa Simmons on Amazon for $8.88. And I will have an updated, revised version coming the end of July where I will be promoting even more. Okay? To all my fans who already have the book, I just want to let y'all know. I did all that. Everything was me. So yeah, it was all me. And I'm going to update and revise all me and keep pushing, okay? So now I'm going to take a message I'm going to channel a message and I'm going to ask my ancestors, Most High God and my spiritual team to help me channel a message through the 48 laws of power so I can share with you all, okay? One more thing that I want to talk about before I channel this message, okay? And this hit me before I had started recording, but it almost kind of made me a little sad here. But I was talking, to the Most High God, my spiritual team and ancestors. And I have Malcolm X on my spiritual team. And when I was talking, in my mind to my spiritual team and to my ancestors, I was telling them how a lot of our own kind, melanated people, have sold us out for really rags, material rags, and they not gonna stop. And they black. That's why it's so much black on black crime, and they don't care. And that's the sad part about it, because a lot of people say, oh, it's black on black crime, it's black on black crime. They don't care. They know it's black on black crime. They the ones sending it out. Black people are sending their own kind out, chaos and wreaking havoc with their own kind for material things and to kiss the white man ass. And they are a part of the high rank witches and warlocks, using them in the physical to manipulate other people and bring their own kind down. And they're doing it for material things, drugs. They're doing it for drugs. They're doing it for wigs. They're doing it for cars. They're doing it, some of them not even getting no money. A lot of these black people is selling their own kind out, sending evil deeds to their own kind. And it's not even for money. It's for wigs. It's for purses. It's for shoes. It's for technology. It's not even for money. And you got to realize that. And that's why it's so much black on black crime. When I was thinking before I started the video, Malcolm X is a part of my spiritual team. And he came to me and he told me, you got to remember, I was killed by a black man. Okay? He told me that. And it's so sad because, man, I want to be, man, I hate to say I want to be down like Brandy. Sounding like Brandy, boy, I want to be down. I want to be down. I really do. I want to be down with my kind. But they rather have a pair of shoes and a wig on their head than to be down. They don't want to be down. They like, a lot of black people, you have to realize, a lot of black people like seeing other black people homeless. A lot of black people like seeing a bed behind a gas station. Okay? It's some black people out here that even like to see their kids struggling. And those is the ones that's wreaking havoc within their own kind. Whenever you got a black person that's willing to put their own kind in the freezer, or that's willing to do a death ritual on their own son, their own kinfolk, then they wonder why so much black on black crime. When you got a black person that's willing to make sure your finances get blocked, and you know that you are the same kind as them and you got a family just like them, then they wonder why so much black on black crime. They don't care neither. They do not care. We do not care. And I know some of y'all probably gonna watch this video and say the same thing. She over there crying and she woo. We do not care. And that's the problem with y'all black folks. Y'all don't care. As long as y'all get a new wig, a new bust down, as long as you get a new bust down, you don't care. Well, guess what? My ancestors care. And everything you got, it ain't gonna last. So you just destroyed your own kind. You destroyed your own kind, your own lineage. You shamed your own ancestors for a blonde wig. You just sent somebody, your own kind of evil eye, for a blonde wig. Y'all gotta do better. Black women out here with kids, sending everybody, doing other wicked deeds on other black women with kids. You a black woman with kids and you out here sending wicked deeds and doing wicked deeds to other black women with kids? for a blonde wig. Man, that shit sad. For a blonde wig. Man, it's funny, but it's also disheartening. Black women, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. This full moon coming up. Don't say nothing about me, my baby, or nobody that I love, and that's on God. Because that blonde wig ain't going to get you far. That blonde wig ain't going to get you far, bruh. And that's on the Most High God, my spiritual team and ancestors. Because I'm going to keep on running still until I see that 100 mil. You better know that. I'm going to keep on running still until I see that 100 mil. You better know that. And it ain't for no blonde wig. Y'all out here losing it. Some of y'all women is stupid. Y'all would destroy y'all whole family for a blonde wig. Man. Ooh. But yeah, like I said, Malcolm X, he told me, he said, don't forget, it was a black man who killed me. And I thought to myself, I said, whoa, he right. He went to a meeting. What you call it? I can't think of the word for it, but he went to a meeting where he was a host, speaker, and he got shot by his own kind. Sad. But he told me that. He said, remember, I was killed by my own kind. And the man who killed Malcolm X, I think his name was Thomas something. But Thomas, that same white man who killed Malcolm X. Let's go back to what I was saying earlier. Thomas was sent from a high-ranked witch or warlock who could not manipulate Malcolm X in the mind. So they had to send somebody to do the deed that was dumb enough to do the deed in the physical realm. Because they could not break Malcolm X in the spiritual in his mind. They could not break Malcolm X's mind. And when they cannot do that, they will send somebody, they will try to send somebody in the physical. And if they can find a dummy in the physical, they will use that dummy to do the work. And that's what happened. Yeah, so I'm almost 30 minutes in, and I said I was going to keep this short. So let me get to the message for the 48 Laws of Power, and then I'm out. Yeah, I cried. I shed tears. That's what I do. I am a human. I shed them tears because I was sad. You can use it against me if you want to, but guess what? At least I didn't sell my own kind out for a blonde wig. You can laugh at me if you want to. You can talk about me until you turn blue in the face. You can talk about me until your throat get dry and you need a drink of water and you can't even swallow your spit. That's what I want you to do. I want you to talk about me until you get blue in the face. I want you to talk about me until your throat gets so dry that you can't swallow your spit and you need something to drink. And ain't nothing for you to drink. Okay? I want you to talk about me and laugh so hard that you start choking when you laugh and it hurts your throat because you was choking. Okay? So I don't care. And that's just that on that. So now I'm going to channel this message and then I'm out. Whew, let's see what message. Give me a good one. Malcolm X, I need you to send me a message, baby. Send me a message. I just was talking about you and I love you. And, you know, like I said, they sent somebody to hurt you in the physical because they couldn't break your mental. And you on my team, baby, and I love you. And right now I ask that you just send me a message through the 48 Laws of Power so I can share with all your people. Alrighty. So what I came to now is Law 26. So if you follow me on the 48 Laws of Power, if you got that book handy. I turned to page 202. And it's Law 26. I'm going to read Law 26, which is keep your hands clean, okay? So this is what Malcolm X want me to know. He want us to know, keep your hands clean. Make me want to go wash mine right now. But yeah. So judgment. You must seem a paragon of civility and efficiency. Your hands are never soiled by mistake and nasty deeds. Maintain such a spotless appearance by using others as scapegoats and cat's paws to disguise your involvement. This is exactly what I was just saying, okay? The high-ranked witches and warlocks, they gonna keep their hands clean. They sent somebody, Thomas, to mess with Malcolm X. It's time. When you in a cult, it's time that we stand up, okay? So now back to page 202. Observance of the law 2. I'm going to read this, and then I am going to let it ride, baby. And I'm going to close out. For several years, Caesar Borgia campaigned to gain control of large parts of Italy in the name of his father, Pope Alexandra. In the year 1500, he managed to take Romagna in northern Italy. The region had for years been ruled by a series of greedy masters who had plundered its wealth for themselves. Without police or any disciplining force, it had descended into lawlessness, whose areas being ruled by robbers and feuding families to establish order. Caesar appointed a lieutenant general of the region, Ramiro di Ocora, a cruel and vulgarous man, according to Niccolo Machiavelli. Okay? So, I'm not going to read all of this. Okay? Because I'm a smart and intelligent person. And I done read this book umpteen times. And you might not think I have read it umpteen times. Because how I just read that paragraph, it might have seemed like I can't really read. But yeah. So yeah, what this basically is talking about, like I said, it was a city in Italy, and the Pope, it just seems like things was not going right. And boy, I tell you. Do some homework, y'all. Do some homework, okay? Learn. Try to learn. Try to put it together. And whatever you do, don't sell your own kind out for a blonde wig. All right? I'm tired of talking. I'm out of here.